Hi, I'm Andy Holmgreen, and I am responding to our discussion question this week of how important is it to integrate technology into the curriculum or into the classroom. And again, this kind of makes me giggle as we are online students taking classes from afar and now posting my assignment online through YouTube. So I think the answer to that is it's very important. In a classroom, we can use technology in so many different ways, and I think this just allows the students to be more engaged. On our campus, we have about 10 Chromebooks for each classroom, and so it allows the students either to be one-on-one or maybe, having some other students gather together. And it's been neat just to see how some of the teachers use the different access to the technology. We have where you might have two students, in the same classroom working on the same assignment from across the room. And I just think that's just a great way for them to figure out, in the future, you're going to one day work with someone else. And here you are working on a project together and starting that in middle school or even younger. The technology is everywhere. It's where we're headed. Our job as teachers are, to get the students ready for the 21st century and to be independent one day. And what better way to do that than to train them up how to do that. We have opportunity for students, I know in our district, like I'm at the middle school, for them to work with students at the high school, all through Google Chat or through doing different things online with documents. And so it's been neat to see how they've been able to use those. We have smart boards where students can be engaged and be able to go and actually, play on the smart board and be a part of it. Document cameras where they can pretend they're teachers and they can be at the front working out the students or working out the problems, which allows them just to be engaged in part of the actual lesson. And that's really what the bottom line is. Our goal as teachers is to help them to just want to learn. Another thing we do is we actually have assessments online. There's different apps available, and with the access to technology, it opens up all these different doors. We have students that do iStation, or they might do MobyMax, and these are just programs that allow us to individually assess the student. We have where the kids will take maybe a paper test, but then they put their answers in online, and then they get immediate results. They can see what their answers are, and that's where we are today. Kids want immediate, right? And so this allows the teachers not to have to be bogged down, maybe grading some papers, but it allows them to actually get that immediate feedback. And there are so many things that are making it important and so critical to have that technology. But you know what? On the other side, there's some barriers. And there's some obstacles to overcome. Again, we're in a district that has allowed us to have access to some of this technology. But some districts, especially your smaller ones, may not have as easy access to the technology in the classroom, which then can overflow to the home. Does your students have access to technology at home? So it can be a big challenge. You want to be able to give them access, but if your district doesn't have the funds for it or they don't have it at home, those can be challenges. And I know we've talked about it in different ways, but you have teachers that maybe have been teaching for a long time and just not ready to make that change or even interested in changing the way they do things. So it's real important to have a support team, technology department that utilizes some different trainings, and not just to give them the information, but to walk alongside with them in the classroom and helping them actually make that transition of going from, their old ways of doing things to the newer technology. It's also important because the barrier can be that as soon as you get your technology, it can be out of date. It's crazy to think that some of the things we've already put in, to place on our campus are already becoming outdated. But that's technology. That's the world. That's where we're at. A lot of it can just be lack of exposure, can be a barrier, again, depending on your district, and not just for the students or the teachers, but maybe for the parents. They may be a little hesitant because they don't have access to it, and it can be just a cultural difference for them. And so those are just some different barriers that we have to overcome. But as we read in our textbook, Curriculum 21, Jacob states, and I'm just going to kind of read it, we should aggressively go out of our way to search for better ways to help our learners demonstrate learning with the types of products and performances that match our times. And that's the bottom line. We can sit here and kick and scream about maybe not wanting to make those changes, but guess what? They're coming. Thank you.